Okay, so Muskegon County Treasurer, because we're in Muskegon County. The Democratic incumbent is Tony Palachiotis. The Republican contender is Eric Rotoff. Is that how you pronounce it? Rotoff, sorry. And we're going to get started.
Mr. Rotoff, we'll start with you. What are the top 2 issues facing the Muskegon County Treasurer, and what actions would you take to improve these areas?
Well, the top issue facing the Muskegon County Treasurer is the sale of foreclosure and land bank properties. The information currently provided is minimal and obsolete. In one instance, the house that had caught fire on August 13, 2011 was sold in the September 28th auction of this year with using the picture from over a year before. This property was then resold on eBay in October. The second issue is that the chargebacks to the local cities, townships, and schools, in which the properties in the public land auction does not cover the taxes that have been advanced by the county in order to cover the collections. From 2007 to 2011, the county has charged back at least $1.4 million. And part of the problem has been how the properties have been marketed before the auction, and also part has been from the land bank taking the best properties to fund its own operations and paying only the taxes plus about 10% to the cities and townships. Fruitland Township has not suffered like the others in Muskegon County, and they've only been charged back once in 2010 for about $3,305.
Okay, thank you very much.
I'd rather sit because I'm hurting, but I'm going to get up anyway.
Same question.
Okay, thank you. Actually, the 2 top priorities in my estimation is, number 1, these are hard economic times in the state of Michigan and our community and so forth. The Treasurer's Office is responsible for about $274 million that flow through the county funds and anything else that the commissioners decide to do. My number 1 priority to make sure that those funds are safe. When everybody else was losing the last few years, all the counties were suffering. Muskegon County never lost a dime under my command. In fact, our investments that we had since I came to office 8 years ago are still one of the best investments that we have done as a county in the state of Michigan. And that's recognized by my colleagues across the state. The number 2 important thing is that, again, because of the hard economic times, we have seen a huge increase in foreclosed properties, tax foreclosed properties. This is anything that the Treasurer's Office creates. This is the economy that has created out there. And it is my responsibility, first, to keep as many people in those houses as possible, and second is to follow the laws, that we govern by laws. What my opponent is saying is things that I have created. I follow the laws. And the law says that those properties got to be sold in a certain way. We have got nothing but do that, and we get the best dollar for everything that we sell. There's 2 accounts. One is called the delinquent fund, and one is called the forfeiture fund. He has attacked that again in his website without understanding what the laws are and how it works. The delinquent fund is the fund that the money from the sales goes into.
Okay, Mr. Palachiotis, thank you very much, Mr. Treasurer.
Okay, thank you.
Treasurer Palachiotis, we're going to start with you, please.
All right.
What activities can the Muskegon County Treasurer's Office do to help homeowners as they struggle to maintain ownership during these tough economic times?
Good question. When I took office 8 years ago, there's a public act called Public Act 123 of 1999 that gave the authority to every treasurer in every county to take over the state of Michigan foreclosure process. And instead of the state or the DNR being the foreclosure governmental unit, the local treasurer became the foreclosure governmental unit. There's many reasons why I chose to be one of those counties that I became the foreclosure governmental unit. One of them was that before, when you were in a situation where you're about ready to lose your property, and you tried to call the state and try to get some help of any kind, you really couldn't even get to talk to anybody. They switch you from office to office. Right now, what you have to do is come to my office. We have an open door policy. We have put all kinds of programs into place. We have extensions that if you can't pay it all at once, we'll put you on a payment plan. Those are very important things in order to keep the people into their homes. It doesn't do us any good to take it away, because the state and state taxpayers are going to end up supporting this family. The best thing to do to keep their dignity and keep them in their own homes while they raise their kids, or some of them have even built their homes from the beginning, is to try to keep them in there. And these policies that I have put into place the last 8 years have worked excellent. Thank you.
Mr. Rodoff, same question to you.
The first thing I would do is review what currently is being done by the Treasurer's Office and compare that with Washtenaw County. County Treasurer Kathleen McCleary works tirelessly to help keep people in their homes, and she is one of the best examples of doing that. My expectation is that the county would at least have to change how they contact the people that are delinquent on their taxes. We need to have the county internally do the visits and phone calls, add an extra mailing for a total of 3 and then during the first year, and to contact them one last time in the last 90 days before they're delinquent. Ottawa County has done these changes, has increased by 20% the taxpayers that were able to stay in their homes, and saved the county money by paying only $15 per contact rather than the $45 that they were paying to their outside vendor.
What are the main components of the Muskegon County Land Bank Authority? Are there any benefits that residents of Muskegon County derive from the land bank? This is to you, Mr. Rodoff.
The Muskegon County Land Bank Authority was an international agreement, or not international, intergovernmental agreement between the Michigan Land Bank, Fast Track Authority, and the Treasury of Muskegon County, which was signed by Tony. But under Section 5, Part 6, the Treasurer, who is the Muskegon County foreclosing agent, cannot transfer properties to the land bank until after they have been through the public land auctions. Kent County is currently under the lawsuit because of what they were doing, which is similar. The board is made up of the county treasurer, 3 county board members, 1 elected official from a township, city of Muskegon, and also city of Muskegon Heights. The goal is to transform vacant, delinquent, and abandoned properties for the benefit of the community, and to bring the properties back to the tax rolls. But instead of just working, instead of doing that, they've also taken the best properties out in order to fund their own use.
Same question to you, President.
First of all, I'd like to give credit to Commissioner Snyder, because that was his brainstorm about forming the county land bank in the county of Muskegon. And that was in my first year coming in, which was something I didn't want to take on right away because I was just learning my way around. But the County Board of Commissioners decided to do that. Once the authority was formed, the county treasurer was given full authority because by statute I serve as the chair of the board, the land bank, and we just put start putting things into order. We learned the hard way of how to do things. We went after grants. We started operating with a $300,000 line of credit from the Board of Commissioners, and eventually we were able to hire somebody to come in to pretty much run the land bank. To this point, we have sold 116 houses. We have put over $1.4 million back on the tax rolls in all these communities around us. We have demolished houses. We have rehab houses. And 90%, 93% of all the people that get those houses are low-income people that otherwise they cannot afford to have a house of their own. And all of them are on land contracts with low interest rates, payments of about $200 to $400 a month. The taxes are in escrow that the taxes are paid, nor a single one of all those properties has defaulted on us. So it's a very positive thing for the community, regardless of Mr. Rothhoff's say. The facts are there, and there's laws that govern the land bank. And again, I govern by laws, and I follow the laws, and I will not break the laws. He's very incorrect on a lot of his statements that he makes because he doesn't read the whole picture. He gives you only pieces of it.
Okay, thank you very much, Treasurer.
Treasurer Montios, last question is for you. What makes you the best candidate for Muskegon County Treasurer?
I'm a nice guy. Well, I served first as a county commissioner, and then for the last 8 years, with everybody's help and support, I was blessed to be in a wonderful office with wonderful staff. I have created all kinds of partnerships with all my municipalities, even the ones that we argue sometimes, and 2 of them went to court. But we have created wonderful relationships. I meet with my treasurers. We had one this morning every month. We talk about all the issues. I have put a lot of programs into place to help the citizens of this community. I have been a watchdog as far as the money of this county, your money, because I believe I'm a public servant and you're my bosses. And if you give me the opportunity, I will continue to do everything that I've done the last 8 years. Thank you.
Mr. Rossi, a question?
First, I'd like to say that Tony has done some very good things for Muskegon County. And one of the things with making the Muskegon Treasurer's Office a foreclosing government unit and creating the land bank, both of them have done a much better job than what the state has done. But I have the marketing and technical experience that can make sure that Muskegon County first keeps as many of the people as possible in their homes rather than just having them foreclosed on. And in the event of foreclosures, I can make sure that the county receives the most money to make sure that the cities, townships, and schools receive all the taxes that are owed to them. And finally, I can make sure that the county land bank takes all the vacant land and abandoned properties and clean them up in order to better help the community.
Thank you very much.